Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuning from. This is Nydu Vibes, a weekly series talking about life, travel, childhood, events, everything under the sun. Just chill and relax and talking. No politics, no religion, no dramas on YouTube or reality TV, no commenting on other people. It's all about the love. If you have any suggestions on topics to talk about, leave a comment on any of my videos. I'm gonna start this brand new series on the one at Istanbul. Many years ago, I visited Istanbul. I took an Emirates flight. If you have not taken Emirates, it's one of the best airlines I've ever flown with. If I recall correctly, it's ranked the third best airline in the world. So when I landed in Istanbul, do you know the awesome feeling you get when you visit a new country? Like new smell, new people, new everything, the temperature is different, the atmosphere, the vibe is different. It's just an amazing feeling. So yeah, I was enjoying that feeling. And I took a metro to my hostel, which wasn't too far away. It's about maybe 15 minutes metro ride. The hostel was located near the Blue Mosque, which is one of the main icons, main attractions of Istanbul. So after I checked in at the hostel, I left my bags there and decided to explore the city for a bit before I call it a night. It was about 9 PM at that time. As I was walking around, I came across this fountain, this really popular fountain. I can't remember the name of. It's right in the middle of Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. Everyone sits there. It's pretty much a park. So while I was walking around the park, I was approached by two guys. One of them spoke to me in fluent English, and he told me that he was from Ankara. He was asking questions about where I'm from, how many days I've been in Istanbul, where I'm coming from, who I'm traveling with, where I'm staying. Rather suspicious questions. I didn't really feel too safe talking to the guys, so I lied to them that I had friends who are back at hostel, who were too tired to go out that night, so they decided to stay in, and I'm just out and about on my own. And they asked me out for drinks. He told me, let's go to this bar, it's a really popular bar, you can hang out with me and my friends and have some drinks for tonight. I wondered whether these guys were genuine in inviting me out, they were so nice, or it might be a scam, I wasn't too sure. Nevertheless, I politely declined. He insisted on me joining them for drinks at Besiktas. Besiktas is about 4 or 5 kilometers away, so it's not very far. You can walk, but it's going to take you a while. If you want to run away in case you're in danger, it's quite far off. And back then, at that moment, I didn't know exactly how far away Besiktas was. So I refused the invitation. I told them I'm just going to head back to the hostel and call it a night. So the guys knew that they were barking up the wrong tree, I was not going to budge and follow them. So they wished me luck on my travels, surprisingly. They shook my hand and left. Probably to find someone else to ask out for drinks. Curious, I went back to the hostel and googled Scams Istanbul. Lo and behold, one of the first searches that came up was an article titled Let's Have a Drink Scam in Istanbul. I'll leave a link in the description of that article. So the story goes like this. A guy just like me was approached by guys to go for drinks. And this tourist, he thought, what better way to learn a new city and explore a new city than to mingle and hang out with the locals, right? Which is true. Unfortunately, this guy didn't see beyond the friendliness. So he followed them to this bar and ordered beer. And then girls came, sat around them, enticing him to buy more drinks. So he had a few more pints of beer. Of course, he didn't ask for a menu because beer, you pretty much settle for any beer when you're traveling. After a while, he decided that it was time to head back and he asked for the bill. And guess what? The bill came up to 3,000 euros. This guy was beyond shocked. So he asked for the menu to check the prices. And obviously, these bars, they have fake menus for tourists. so they can hike up the prices and charge you ridiculous price for any drink. This guy knew he was being scammed, so he refused to pay and requested for the manager. He wanted to speak to the manager and sort things out. And the manager came to the table, spoke to the guy. The guy said, I'm not going to pay for these beers, 4 pints of beers for 3,000 euros. And the manager was wearing a jacket. He moved his jacket. It was covering, it was hanging over his waist. And on his waist, there was a gun holstered. Threatened, this tourist had no choice but to pay up like the 3,000 euros, but obviously nobody carries that amount of cash around. And he told them, hey, I haven't got any money or that much money on me. Well, obviously these guys have everything sorted out, right? There's always a solution for everything. So they told him, we'll escort you to the ATM, which is just around the corner. Which they did. So these tourists went to ATM, escorted by this merry gang of robbers, emptied his bank account and gave them all his money. And then they left him, and that was his fate. He had to make the long walk back to his hostel and probably back home to wherever he came from. On the way back, he ran into some police, but the police did nothing. I'm pretty sure the police were part of this scam. Well, I'm glad I didn't get scammed and followed my intuition and not follow these guys. How about you? Have you ever been scammed before while you're traveling somewhere, or maybe even in your own country? Share with me, share with us your story in the comments below. I'll let you know that I have been scammed in another country during my travels as well. This time I really got scammed. But that is a sad story for another time. If you are watching this outside of YouTube, do follow the link to the YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. And more relaxing, easy listening stories coming your way every Friday on Nydu. Thank you for listening. Until next week, take care and goodbye.